And I know that kind of derives from the venture capital expectation for IRR and return, but like comp not all companies are ready for that. In fact, very few are. And some of them are, and they take off and they become data bricks, but most of them are not. And unfortunately, really good businesses, really good founding teams, and really good products are ruined because of forcing that very siloed approach. And I'm not saying like they should go slower. I'm not saying they shouldn't try to be $100 billion company. It's just that like very few just go like that. Like they have off quarters and they have to be able to recognize that. So that's really what the science of scaling is intended to do, is it creates a quantitative framework for boards and founders to calculate using their data when they are ready to scale and how fast. Okay. And so just to double click into like a handful of the principles, so then we can address your question, Julie, of like, how does the post AI era like change that? And so the principles of the science of scaling are, first off, you have to find product market fit, which is like very obvious. I mean, but like it provides a much more rigorous definition of product market fit, where I think a lot of founders associate product market fit with revenue and customer acquisition, and I think that's really bad. I think like it's easy to sell like ice to Eskimos, but it doesn't mean that ice has product market fit with Eskimos. It just means you know how to sell. And a lot of teams have gotten into trouble with that mindset. So I do think that you have to correlate product market fit more with customer success and retention. And you have to think about defining a leading indicator of retention based on the customer's extracted value or usage behaviors in the first month that would correlate with. So that's like point number one, is like you got to find product market fit and you got to define it around your data and customer value creation. The second point is you got to then find go-to-market fit, which is like, okay, great. You have product market fit. If we sign up 10 customers this quarter, most of them are going to be successful on your product. But can you do that profitably? Does the CAC math work? Is the LTV to CAC good? Is the payback good? Is your burn ratio good? How much are you paying your reps? What's the ACV? Those are questions we shouldn't worry about during the product market fit journey because we're just trying to make the product work with the customer. But now we can't scale until we have that worked out. So we're going to go into this like process building and business model definition stage. Could take a month, could take 6 months, who knows? But we know what we're playing. And then we're going into the growth stage. And instead of doing what most people do, which is they hire like 20 reps right at the beginning of the year, we're going to establish a pacing of salespeople and monitor the product marketing go-to-market fit indicators to see if we are successfully absorbing that pacing and accelerate the pacing if we are. So we might hire 2 reps a quarter for 3 quarters, and then 4 reps a quarter for 3 quarters, and then 8 reps a quarter for 3 quarters. And that's a very systematic way to create a unicorn, right? So those are the basic principles. Now, what is the agentic, what does the AI era do to change that? I don't think it changes the premise that product market fit should be based on the success of your customers, whether that success is enabled by agents or not. So I think and I don't think it changes the premise that you must find go-to-market fit, which means you have to build a profitable business where the math works. I do think it could challenge the necessary sequencing. Like I really encourage people not to work on the the sales math and the compensation plan and the pricing model before you have product market fit, because you might be optimizing all those things on the wrong product market combination. But because all this work is less of the work is done by humans, there might be more opportunities to like parallel process those, to some degree.